All right, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into a high-stakes, absolutely pulse-pounding thriller that is going to completely grip you from start to finish. We're looking at Blood on the Deeds, a brilliantly crafted story by Claudia Reid that tackles some massive themes: identity, survival, and, honestly, the terrifying power of digital systems. If you've ever stopped to wonder just how fragile your digital footprint really is, well, this explainer is going to map out exactly how that nightmare unfolds.
So I want you to put yourself in these shoes for a second. Imagine waking up, grabbing your phone, and finding your bank accounts gone. Your public records vanished. And suddenly there's a totally fabricated federal warrant out for your arrest. It's wild, right? But this terrifying scenario is the exact inciting incident that launches our story and forces our main character into a fight for her literal survival.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, The Mind Behind the Deeds.
Before we get completely lost into the conspiracy, we gotta ground ourselves with the real-world architect of this universe. Claudia D. is a seriously prolific New Queens writer, and she actually weaves her love for her hometown, Queens Village, right into the DNA of her narratives. She's got a really cool modern approach too. You can find her serialized works spread across Patreon, Blogger, and Substack, and she's super active on Instagram and X. Best of all, Season 1 is fully wrapped up and Season 2 is already in the oven, so we've got a massive, complete arc to dig into today.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Phase 6 Erasure Protocol.
Guys, this is where things go completely off the rails for our protagonist, former bank employee Claudia Reid. Because Phase 6, it's not just a server glitch. It's a covert protocol actively deployed as a weapon. It literally rewrites your life overnight. Your entire history is scrubbed. And to guarantee you can't fight back, it fabricates those federal warrants out of thin air. We're talking about a targeted life-or-death weapon of digital erasure. And Claudia? She is squarely in its crosshairs.
Now, Claudia is definitely not the type to just roll over and vanish. Instead of running for the hills, she builds this fiercely loyal, highly specialized crew to fight back. You've got Rex, the Torn Protector; Raven, the absolute genius decryptor who handles all the impossible data; Dice, keeping eyes on the whole country; Marisol, who will literally confront anyone, anywhere; and Chad, their heavily armed defender. Together, they are gearing up to take down the man seemingly pulling the strings, Joshua Peterson, the charismatic CEO of Peterson Bank.
Look at how fast this all escalates. It's a total cat-and-mouse game. Day 1, Claudia spots some weird anomalies at the bank. By week 2, she's hit by Phase 6, and it doesn't stay digital for long. By month 1, the whole thing culminates in a literal explosion. The Peterson Bank Tower collapses in a trap designed specifically to kill her. But get this, the trap blows up in Joshua's face. Claudia survives, Joshua barely limps away, and by month 2, Claudia is sitting on live TV, exposing this entire corrupt machine to the world.
Which brings us to a massive turning point in Section 3, Unmasking the True Architect.
Okay, everything we thought we knew, throw it out. We spent the whole time thinking Joshua was the mastermind. Nope. He was a decoy, a charismatic frontman who barely survives his own scheme. The terrifying reality is the shadowy woman. She is the true architect here, elegant, terrifyingly smart, and operating with surgical precision. And just to prove how ruthless she is, she cleans house by assassinating Joshua right inside federal custody. Oh, and she takes out the federal director too, just for good measure. When Claudia and her team finally track this true architect down to a hidden ghost building, they uncover the ultimate, horrifying truth. Claudia wasn't hit by Phase 6 because she was a threat. Actually, scratch that. She was a threat. But mostly because she was the one anomaly the algorithm couldn't predict. The system wasn't just trying to silence her, it was trying to aggressively recruit her to replace Joshua.
That leads us to an impossible choice in Section 4: destroy or inherit the system.
So Claudia is trapped inside the core chamber. She's literally seconds away from torching the whole data center to the ground. But then, she's interrupted. Not by a guard, but by Hallen. Hallen is this digital consciousness, an uploaded failsafe that even the true architect didn't know about. And just as Claudia is about to pull the plug, this digital ghost steps in and totally upends her game plan.
Hallen drops an absolute bombshell of an ultimatum. Choice 1. Destroy the whole thing, but Claudia dies right along with it. To put that into perspective, it's like detonating a building while you're locked in the basement. Choice 2. Inherit the system, take the keys, run the show, but in doing so, you become the exact monster you've been fighting. You either burn with the infrastructure or you become its new master. And right at that peak, impossible moment of tension, the true architect's voice echoes through the room with this chilling final line. "Welcome to the real game, Claudia." The lights just snap off. The countdown freezes. Boom, Season 1 ends on that massive cliffhanger.
So let's jump into Section 5, Season 2, Rewriting the Rules.
The pacing at the start of Season 2 is just relentless. Claudia goes straight from being hunted to becoming the hunter. Look at this escalation. Minute 1, feds are swarming the ruins. By minute 15, Raven is somehow decrypting impossible, forbidden files. Minute 30, DICE is watching digital purge sites spread across the map like a virus. And by hour 1, the architect hits back hard, dropping the entire city skyline into a pitch-black power outage.
Huddled in their safe house, staring at the grid going dark, Rex steps up and just hits the nail on the head. "Claudia, this isn't a fight. This is a revolution." That right there is the new scale of this war. They aren't just trying to clear her name anymore. They are taking the fight directly to the architect's front door.
And they have to move fast because the architect is doubling down. She activates Phase 7. We aren't just talking about Columbus or the local state level anymore. This digital purge is expanding absolutely everywhere. She's unleashing her operatives coast to coast just to see if Claudia can actually survive without the system shielding her.
Meanwhile, back in that pitch-black core chamber, the frozen countdown suddenly clicks back to life. 39:52, 39:51. It's ticking down to some total unknown catastrophe, and Hallen is frantically warning Claudia that the architect is coming for her first.
And you know what Claudia says to that? Just a steely, ice-cold, let her. Which leaves us with this incredible question. Can Claudia really survive without the system protecting her? Or is she about to rewrite the entire rulebook? It's an unbelievable setup for a second season. This story shows us just how vulnerable our digital lives are and the sheer willpower it takes to fight back. So what do you think? Would you burn the system down or take control of it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.